I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can't...
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads. I'm with Drew Forster and go through the Saturday, October the 5th races. Yes, we're in October already.
Yes.
This seems
our final month.
I know. We only got 4 weekends left, including this one. We do start at 150, of course. 7 races on tap. Feature race, no stakes races this weekend. Of course, we have stakes next weekend.
Yep.
The
Ascot, the Fantasy.
Yep.
And congratulations, Gordy Christoph, John Snow.
Oh, wow. What a run from Brave Nation.
Brave Nation, huge race.
And of course, the ballerina. Here's Hannah. Awesome.
Great, but great race by the 3-year-old filly. Going to run for money with
Sunburst and Amazonian were very good.
Looked like she had her around the turn, and Amazonian came
Hannah,
flying.
nice pace and showed her class. She was very good. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all. So as that was championship last weekend, next weekend, as Mike mentioned as well, 7 races on tap on the Saturday card. First is a $4,000 claimant event, 3 and up, non-3 lifetime. This is a good race. I like the 3 Mustachio. Second behind Cyclone Dan, second behind Genoa Bay, second behind Will to Gold. He's just getting beat a head and neck. I think it's his turn. It looks like there's some pace on in here with attitude included, tightest command. There should be something for him to run at. I like Mustachio. I'm going back to Postman, second time out out of the Phil Hall barn for him and his daughter Sarah. I thought a good run last time. Amadeo sticks with him. He was just a couple lengths behind Mustachio. I'm going to go back to him. I think he runs a big one today. And I like him. And I put in Dixie's wild card, the Bruce Unwin runner. He's been rolling through his conditions. Broke his maiden by 4. Comfortable win in the non-2 last time. This is a good spot for him to land in going long. He's been very good going long. 3-2-4 for me.
I agree with Mustachio, and that's the horse to beat. He showed some versatility last time. He went out there, shuffled himself back, took back, and then came on again and just missed to Will to Gold, who came from way off the pace. The horses he'd lost to prior to that, Genoa Bay and Cyclone Down, I've picked this weekend as well. They're both
come back,
in. They're both in, and I like both of them in the races they're in. So I agree. Mustachio probably a short price favorite, but a likely winner. I put the 5-horse tightest command. Impressed with the way he cruised through some fast fractions. Still there at the end. He's just as good as Mustachio. I know he lost by a couple lengths, but he did a lot of fighting on the head end. If he gets things a little easier, he'll be dangerous. And I threw the 3-year-old in, number 1, Move On. I like the way they rated him last time. Blinkers off. Will he go long? I have no idea, but the Texas Wildcatters...
He runs like he will.
But, just the blinkers off seemed to be the key. He rated nicely. Why not? Let's give him a shot. 3-5-1 for me in the opener. On the second race, $4,000 fillies and mares. Going a mile on the 16th. I see a lot of speed in here. I see the 1-horse Bad and Bougie, if she breaks like she did last time, going. Maury Girl always shows speed. Our Benita Rose will be near the lead, and Bull, so Raptor's extremely fast. I just think it'll set up perfect for the 3 Seeking Bull. A good runner-up effort last time, but the pace scenario was not in her favor. 24-3, 48-2 was in the favor of Veloso Raptor, and that's the way the cards fell that day. But I think the Seeking Bull will be a lot more dangerous this time with all the other pace pressure. Commercial Appeal and Veloso Raptor behind. I put Veloso Raptor second and Commercial Appeal for third. I think those are the 3 horses. They're both all dropping from 62.50, and they're the dangerous ones. I went 3-5-6.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Seeking Bull a lot. Velociraptor, pretty soft fraction last time. 24-3, 48-2.
Yeah, she was loose.
She couldn't run her down. And I think, as you mentioned, with other speed in here, I think it's Seeking Bull's turn. Seeking Bull for me, I agree. Of the speed horses, Velociraptor looks the most dangerous. Just one for 62.50, in for 4, dangerous. And I threw in Bad and Bougie. This one that always seems to be there. Ran third last time. Shows up every time. And Reyes. Leading rider, Antonio Reyes.
Reyes and Hamill are deadlocked.
Reyes and Hamill are tied at 47. Enrique just behind. Amadeo a couple behind them. 3-5-1 for me in the second. On to the third. 8,000. This is a good race. Wide open 8 for 3 and up Colts and Geldings. Ooh, I'm going to have 2 in here. Adichie, and the odds are good. The odds are good. He's been running for 16 all year long. He took that drop down to 8 last time. Looked really comfortable on the lead. Indicative may try and go with him. I don't think anybody's got that kind of speed to stick with him, so I think...
Well, Kerry Raven's got 3 in here. One of them
somebody's going to go. Blake
would go.
Blake or Indicative. Somebody's going to go with him, but can they go with him?
That's the point. That's a valid point.
If he gets softened up, then it's Adichie. If he doesn't, and they can't hang with him, and he keeps going, then it's the odds are good. I went with the odds are good over Adichie, but It's really close for me between those two. And I threw in Great Blake for third. He ran second. The odds are good last time. Just a cool horse. I like Great Blake. 625 for me.
I have the same 3 horses. I just put a ditch on top. I think there will be a bit of a pace. I think one of the Kerry Raven horses will go, and Spokane's Gem, but maybe Spokane's Gem. The horse does show speed on occasion, but a ditch is just in good form, and he's better than a 6250 horse, and he won last time. So this jump up for 8,000 isn't much of a jump for him, and I think but the odds are good. Is the horse to beat? I totally agree. Best horse in the races. The odds are good, but he did get a cushy trip with the inside post last time and a clear lead. If he clears from the outside post, he's going to win. But if he doesn't clear and he gets some pace pressure, then the ditch has got a big chance.
That's why I say I'll have both of them in my.
And I agree. Great Blake's your third horse.
Yeah.
2, 6, and 5 for me in the third. On to the fourth race. Made an $8,000 2-year-olds. Kind of a mixed bag here of geldings and fillies. Going 6.5 furlongs. I have no idea who to pick.
I don't know.
This is just totally. I mean, the reason they're in for 8,000, they're just not participating well for 16 or 25.
Yeah.
So the form is not all that healthy looking, and so it's tough to, pick through and try and grab onto something that a positive. And so I went to the one Sunday Dancer, drops from the maiden allowance ranks for Phil Hall. I was going 3.5 furlongs, didn't break well. Comeback work was good, 101 and 4 to the gate, and it was well back that day. It was 5-2, and that's another Guinness or Go for Guinness. That's that family from the Damn Irish Day Dancer. Blinkers On might help, and 6.5 might help. So I'll try that one. Phil's can't do anything wrong this year. The 8 Sculpted was my next one. Of course, they're all dropping, but showed some speed, and that's proving to be a pretty good heat. I think Torino Grand came out of it to win.
It was, yeah.
And
that causing havoc. Race.
That horse deserves respect. Sculpted and Richard Hamill. And up at the 2-horse Ice Challenge, I respect Anita Bolton and the Felicellos and Amadeo Perez being aboard. The works have there's nothing really. They haven't really divulged much in the works whether this horse has a bunch of ability or not. Obviously, being in for 8,000, he's probably just an average horse, but still could be good enough to win in here.
Yep.
I went 1, 8, and 2.
I do agree with the one Sunday Dancer, but as you mentioned, this isn't not a single for me.
It's tough.
I'm going to take 2 in the third. I'm going to take a ton in
This
the fourth
it's
race.
got upset written all over it.
Exactly. This could be a wild race here, but I agree with Sunday Dancer. Strong family Irish Day Dancer. It's a Lent. We've seen the Lents running very good this year, and took a lot of money in his first start. Was 2-1. So. They were high on it, and it's Phil Hall, George Gilbert, Enrique Gonzalez won. I put in Done That. I didn't mind this horse for Maben. He thought enough of it to run at the sales stake in its first start. Her first start, where she did get beat by 16, but that was Infinite Patience, won by 5. Fully Lent was second by 10, so they were pretty spread
Still got
out.
beat a length for third.
Yeah, exactly. Got beat a length and 3/4 for third behind Queen's Park. So I put her in for second, and I agree with Ice Challenge, just top connections. Why not, right? It's a nice box.
Look at the horse in the paddock. Look at them all.
Exactly.
I mean, always in these kind of races, check them out because
See who's
go see Drew in the paddock and
come down and say hi.
Come down and say hi. But I mean, maybe you'll be tipped off with someone that really looks, good.
Looks good, and somebody that's handling it. Some that won't be. So I went 1-4-2. On to the fifth $4,000 claimant event for 3-and-up colts and geldings. Going 6.5, field a 9 in here. We got a 3-pager. I went to the 4 Genoa Bay. This horse, it's been stretched out. He's been running long, but just all year long. I mean, he's had a good year. He's had 8 starts, 3 wins, a second, third, 5 for 8 in the money. One of the times he was out of the money was in a 12-5. So in this $4,000 level, I think Genoa Bay, he's got speed. He's tactically very tough. He can cover him off and he can go to the lead. He's got Reyes aboard. Pat Jarvis having a good year. In a race where it's tough to really aggressively really like anybody, I went with Genoa Bay. I threw in Sir Barclay for second, Harold's horse. Second behind Optic, who was always tough. And last time I only got beat 4 lengths behind a Ranger. A Ranger was a big dropper in there.
That was a good effort.
Yeah, that was a really good effort. Got a 56 buyer. So Sir Barclay's live in here. And I threw in my old friend Mighty Fraser, Glenn Todd, Richard Hamill aboard. He always shows up. Cool horse. I can see him hitting the board.
Yep.
427.
I agree with the 4 Genoa Bay. The horse is in top form right now, doing everything right. The cut back to 6.5 worries me a smidge, but I think the horse is versatile enough to be able to pull it off. I mean, he's just one in good form, and a lot of the others are not in top form. And this horse is running is put together about 5 consecutive good races. It's
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
peak form, where some of the others are, kind of tailing off or still trying to find their form. But I agree with Genoa Bay. Put the 9-horse Imposing Cat on the class draw for second. I know he hasn't shown anything in his last 3 starts, but he's had some excuses in those races. One was going long; he got cooked on the pace. Last time was in the slop; he was wide throughout, and it obviously didn't care for it. But he's going to get a sloppy track again. But still, there's some class there. Amadeo rides. That's not going to hurt you. And I put the 7-horse Mighty Fraser. I agree. Put that one in for third. I went 4, 9, and 7. On to the 6th race.
More babies.
2-year-olds here. We got a couple of fillies, 6 colts and geldings in here, going 6 1/2 furlongs to kick off your late daily double. I'm going to go to the 8-horse Set to Shine, a first-time starter.
Yep.
This horse has impressed me in the mornings.
It's a backing.
I don't want the horse to win and me not, give him kudos on air. And this horse is
you like him.
He's done well. He's worked in company. He's bested his company every time. He actually worked with Always Got Your Back and beat him handily. And Always Got Your Back actually ran 4th in a maiden special weight, going 3 1/2 furlongs a couple of weeks ago. But Set to Shine, he's a big, huge thing. You'll be impressed with him when you see him in the paddock. He's a big, scopy thing, but he's very athletic for a big horse.
And I like the backends. The backends are running.
They're nice horses, and he's pretty professional. He's going to wear blinkers. He is a colt, but he hasn't really acted like one. And he's been really good, and I would be surprised if he didn't run a very good race. He's going to need to run a very good race. There's some accomplished runners in here. I put the 1-horse Sangria, the filly. Her races behind Fully Lent, Enchanted Lady, and Sophie Soleil I thought were very good. The filly race didn't fill, so a couple of the fillies shifted into this race. That's why they're in here. It wasn't by design, and I'm not sure who's going to ride Sangria. It might be, I don't want to say, I shouldn't even say, it might be Gomez, but don't know for sure.
We'll see what happens. I mean, it's a 2-year-old race, so you could get a scratch.
Maybe Set to Shine scratch. They can get sick at this time of year.
Yeah, exactly. You get the stunts
and then Reyes will be on it. But yeah, Sangria, 2 good races. Another big filly. She's very good size and very athletic. And I put the 7-horse Home Run Guy. Very impressed with his debut. Another Bakken. Did everything right. Ran 3rd behind Synergy. Came back to win the Futurity by disqualification, but also did defeat Gotcha Cowboy. I left Gotcha Cowboy off the ticket. Just seen a lot of them, but maybe he'll win, but maybe he won't. But you're going to get 6 or 8 to 5 on the horse, and I just really wanted to look somewhere else. So I went 8, 1, and 7.
I left Gotcha Cowboy off my ticket too, but not mean I wouldn't have him in a pick 4 because this is a baby race and I'm going to have a bunch. But I like Wicked Fortitude. The Mark Cluche runner did run for 25 his first start. Hopped at the start and actually came running around a good second behind Torino Grant. I thought
be speed. He'll probably be speed.
I could see him breaking better and going, but it was a bit of a mess of a race for his first start. 2-year-old first start, just a mess, and still ran good, ran on. And Cluche, Perez, I like Wicked Fortitude. I agree with Home Run Guy. Another Bakken. I love the Bakkens and I love the Lents. Two nice young sires that we have in the province here that are throwing great 2-year-old runners. Out of Notice Her, good race, as you mentioned, behind Synergy, came back to win the Futurity. Home Run Guy for me in second, and Set to Shine. I mean, obviously, as you know well, Barb having a very good fall meet here, as are the Bennetts.
2-year-olds are doing really well.
Sunny Solero was a nice mare.
Yeah, big, huge mare. And
a Sun Gold.
He's got a big, huge foal here, Set to Shine. He's not fast. He will not be on top in this race.
Look for him later on in the race.
He'll be rolling, and he's been schooled in mine.
I went 6, 7, 8 in the 6. On to the nightcap, 62.50 for 3 and up colts and geldings. Go to mile 16th. I go to my old friend, soft spot, obviously for me, Santa Fe Trail. Good third behind Pioneer of the West and Sanawar last time. I thought that was a big race, and I think Pioneer of the West and Sanawar would both be extremely tough in here. So he gets a little bit of class relief there. Gets in light with Lenny Cicheron for Hall of Fame trainer Harold Berry. Santa Fe Trail for me. Fleming's Beach, back in the Phil Hall barn. 13-time winner. He wins going long. He wins sprinting. He wins in the mud. Hamill's aboard him. Last time he won 2 starts ago in the Phil Hall barn, Hamill was aboard him. Fleming's Beach in second. And Cyclone Dan, a horse that's had a really awakening year in his 5-year-old year. He's run 7 times, 4 of them in the money, including 2 wins. Reyes back aboard him for Pat Jarvis. Cyclone Dan for me in the 3rd spot. 6-1-4.
I have the same horses. I have Cyclone down on top. Since the Lasix and no blinkers, this horse has been
Very tough.
Extremely good.
Yeah.
I know he just went a non-2-4, but did it nicely against slow fractions. And circled the field again against non-3-4s and was claimed, but showed a good run behind. Was gobbling
Square
up,
dancer,
was
yeah.
catching square dancer, and will likely run back next week in the marathon. The marathon is next week on Thanksgiving Day weekend. But Cyclone Down for me. That's the speed. Let's say there's lots of speed in here. I put the 1-horse Fleming's Beach in for second and the 6-horse Santa Fe Trail, and both popular at the claim box. Fleming's Beach has been claimed 4 times in a row, Santa Fe 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And those streaks could continue. They could get bigger.
Yeah.
They could both get haltered again. But 4-1-6 for me in the Saturday finale. That'll do it for our analysis of the Saturday, October 5th. Races at Hastings, probably going to be slow. I don't know. It's muddled. I thought it was supposed to rain as of taping today, but it hasn't. And the track's been was fast this morning, so I shouldn't say it might be a sloppy track.
But bring your
it's supposed
umbrella.
to get rain tomorrow. That is Friday, but hopefully things will be kind for the weekend races. Okay, next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Back on race number 1, I did go to the 3-horse Mustachio. Going to go 3-5-1. Second race, I went 3-5-6 with Seeking Bull on top. Race number 3, I went to the 2 Aditya. I'm going to go 2-6-5. Race number 4, I went to the 1 Sunday Dancer, but a tough race. Take lots in there. I went 1-8-2. Race number 5, I went to the 4 Genoa Bay, going to go 4-9-7. Race number 6, going to go to the 8, the first time starter Set to Shine over the 1 Sangria and the 7 Home Run Guy. And the finale, the 7th race, hopefully it lasts the first winner of the 4 Cyclone Down, going to go 4-1-6.
On to me. There we go. Back in the first. I agree with Mike. Number 3, Mustachio for our good friend Rob Maben. 3-2-4. The second, I like the 3 Seeking Bull over the 5 and the 1. And the third, I went with the 6. The odds are good, but I do like a ditch or 2. I'll have 6-2 in my pick 4. 6-2-5 for me. In the fourth, we do pick the same horse, me and Mike, Sunday Dancer, but by no means the best bet of the day or a sure thing in the 2-year-old race. Take a bunch in there. I went 1-4-2. The fifth, I went to the 4 Genoa Bay over the 2 and the 7. The 6th, other baby race, I went to the Cluche runner, number 6, Wicked Fortitude over the 7 and the 8. And in the nightcap, I went to my old friend Santa Fe Trail, 6 over 1 and 4.
Okay, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. A reminder, our next live card, of course, is Sunday. First race at 1:50. We do have 8 races on the Sunday program, October the 6th. No feature race, or no stakes race.
Yeah.
But please do join us. It should be a lot of fun. Always nice to have the old hard knocking claimers putting on a good show, and that's what you'll see on Sunday. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do,